Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Sampriti and I hope you all are doing well. UGC NET 2023 is here and the English examination is on 14th. So it is more or less a week away from today, and I wanted to make a video just to let you know that it is okay to be nervous, it is okay to panic, but make sure that the effect of stress does not go negative on your examination, because when you sit for an exam in relaxed mind without panic, examination goes well. I have really seen it in my case. For the first attempt in NET, I was so sure that I will get it. I was so well prepared and I was really panicking about answering all the questions correct. And that's why when I got the question paper, I was very my brain was hyperactive, and somehow I think the effect of that was me not getting net for 0.5 percentile. So I did not let that happen in my second attempt. In the second attempt, I entered the examination hall with a much quieter mind, and I was relaxed and I felt at home. I did not panic, and very calmly I answered the questions, and I had surprisingly, when I was calm and quiet, I had more time for my creative, critical, analytical faculty to work, more scope for revision, and more sort of power for imagination, especially for the comprehension and poem part that you have in the English paper. Interpretation of poem and comprehension, both in paper 1 and paper 2, they are becoming tougher by the day, and so we have to work our brain to answer the questions. They are sometimes very tricky. I found myself answering them and comprehending them better when I was in a relaxed mind. Overall, a relaxed mind before an examination hall gives you the power to conquer. Well, okay, I will give you a few tips and tricks a week before the examination, but before that, let me tell you, there are more than 50 students got NET and more than 30 students got JRF. More than 60 students got a NET and JRF, or 30 or 35 students got JRF after they studied destination notes, and they are overwhelmed and they thanked me so they were overwhelmed with joy and gratefulness, and I am grateful to you all. Thank you so much for trusting me and trusting destination. But with that came another hazard, that is my notes are getting pirated. Sometimes they are getting hacked and they are getting plagiarized. It is okay to have my notes. I have given my notes to many students who are underprivileged, who could not afford to buy them. But at the same time, I just want to tell you that there are students who are buying courses on internet for 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, even 10,000 rupees. But my notes are the fruit of my own labor, the fruit of my own effort for more than 1 year, and it is a compact source of every aspect of English language and literature, and it is well researched. I have got my JRF after following those notes. They are only 699 rupees, but why are they, I mean, it is a fruit of my hard work, why are they getting pirated? Many of my students are telling me that somehow they came to know that they came across the pirated notes, and sometimes I am getting email reminders of this is he someone is asking for access, someone is asking for access whom I don't know. They are my notes are very secured, password protected, but still I don't know why and how they are doing so. I am not mad, I am just disappointed. That I am very happy if you want to study from my notes. I am more than happy and grateful that people are benefiting from my notes, but it is painful when they are stolen. Well, okay, if the stolen notes get studied by someone and it benefits someone, then okay, I'm happy for you. Okay, enough of the enough of sad things. Let's dive into some tips and tricks. The first one is to shake away your panic, which I've already told in the first half of this video. Just be relaxed, be quiet, be calm, feel at home, and make your creative, critical, and analytical faculty healthy, because that is what is going to save you in the examination hall. You should not be panicked, because that is going to hamper your concentration in the examination hall. Just meditate in this week, just go for a walk, go for a run, whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel less stressed, do that. Okay, number 2 is answer all the questions in the examination hall. Yes, you heard me right. Many of you know that we do not have, fortunately, we do not have negative marking system for UGC NET exam. We have it for GATE examination. We don't have it for SET examination and NET examination as of now. So use that opportunity wisely. That is very fortunate that you don't have negative marking and you can attempt all the questions in the examination hall. So do not leave any question untried. Number 3 is smart guess. No one is expecting you to know the answers of all the 150 questions in the examination hall. You have to know the context, you have to know the overall outline of history of English literature and American literature, Indian English literature, post-colonial literature, literary theory and criticism. You have to know the concepts, you do have to understand their viewpoints, what they're trying to say, what is their ideological position, and a few technical terms that are associated with theorists and critics. But it is not possible for anyone to know the answers to all the questions in the world, all the 150 questions. It is once said that once a person who was actually one of the question setters of UGC NET was asked to sit for the examination, and even he could not answer all the questions. So it is bizarre to expect that you will be able to answer all the questions correctly, but you have to have a clear-cut idea about the outline. Let me give you an example. Suppose a question is given to you and suppose 2 lines of poems. I have told you this in a previous video of mine as well. Suppose 2 lines are given to you, 2 lines of a poem, and you don't know, you have never heard of the poem ever, but you know, you can understand, because you are a literature student, because you are working your creative, critical, imaginative, comprehensive faculty. You know what the poem is actually might try to say. Suppose a line is like this: I am walking alone in a deserted road where anarchy is ruling in the both sides, but I am alone, I am alone. who wrote the poem, and the options are 4 options, okay? X, Y, Z, A. You have never heard of it, but you know about the poets that are mentioned in the options, and you know what are the major characteristics that they were pioneering, what are the major features of their writing, what aspects of the socio-political cultural scenario of their time they were representing. So, well, from the poem you can imagine, from the poem you can understand, the poem is about maybe loneliness. It is very subjective. I am alone, anarchy. So from those keywords you kind of can make out the essence of the poem, right? It is modern in nature. Of course, it is not written in the classical times. It is not written much earlier, because the lines, the words, the phrases are quite modern, aren't they? Even postmodern. Okay, deserted lands gives a apocalyptic vibe. So like that, you have to squeeze the poem to, just eliminate the, suppose X poet is writing in the Victorian age, and you see that this can't be a Victorian poem, it doesn't sound like it, so you cross it, and like that you eliminate all the possible wrong answers. It will help you get your probability of getting the right answers more concrete, and like that, after eliminating the wrong answers, you can always get to the correct answers, and this way is more solid, and it guarantee kind of that you will come to the correct answer. So just for don't be angry at me, these lines I just made it up. It's not written by any Victorian or modern or romantic poet. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Next tip for you is time management. Yes, you heard me right. It is very cliched tip, but it is a golden tip. Time management. There are 100 questions in the paper 2. There are 50 questions in the paper 1. If you take, the next step for you is time management. Yes, my friends, it sounds cliched, but you heard me right. Time management is one of the most important tips to crack an examination successfully. There are total 150 questions in the UGC NET examination. In the first paper, there are 50 questions carrying 2 marks each, that is 100 marks in total. In the paper 2, that is your subject paper, English literature, we have 100 questions carrying 2 marks each, that is 200 marks. And so all in all, you have 300 marks and you have 3 hours. If you divide it, you can't give all the time for your paper 1, or more time for that matter, for paper 1 rather than paper 2. No, you can't. You have to divide your time in such a way that you will have at least 10 to 12 minutes time for a revision, for a quick revision. Okay, so make sure you manage your time. It is not for me to decide how much time you have to spend behind each question, because it is up to you. You have to divide it. You have to divide your time in such a way that you get a little time in the end for you to relax and revise. Last but not the least, spend more time in meditation and having fun and relaxation, but hand in hand, keep your practice of paper 1 going. Okay, do not leave paper 1. You have studied paper 2 well, I know, but for paper 1 you need to keep practicing. Just give yourself 30 minutes a day at least for the practice of mathematical aptitude and logical reasoning. try not to give too many mock tests in the last hour, because it can hamper your concentration and confidence level. Try not to take up so much information, new information, because it will confuse your brain and create pressure. Okay, so that was all for this video. All the best for UGC NET 2023 examination for all of you. All the best, all the best, all the best. I know you will crack it with JRF this time, and I pray to God that you will be successful this time. For destination notes, the details are given in the description box. You can check that out and grab it before the discount ends. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.